Hey team, I'm Alexandra Eidenberg. I'm excited to be here today with Gallo Rojas. She is a good friend and fellow mompreneur. I own a couple businesses. I own the Insurance People, a fantastic insurance practice where we do all your favorite boring stuff. And I run a nonprofit organization called Mom Plus Baby that supports women and children online, in person, on the Hill. And today we're going to learn more from an amazing mompreneur that's doing great things in the community. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My
pleasure. We're excited to have you.
Thank you.
Tell us more about who you are and what you have going on.
So my name is Gallo Rojas, and I have a business. I was actually in corporate America for most of my life, and I climbed the corporate ladder, and I did well and got to a VP title. And then the economy tanked, and I really needed to find a new way to earn a living. I didn't trust the corporate world anymore, and so I kind of reinvented myself and became an entrepreneur for the first time in my life.
Love
so
it.
Here I am.
Yeah, yay, making it happen.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting how people end up in entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just knew from like a very young age that they want to be entrepreneurs. I was in the corporate world previously. I was in retail, and then decided I wanted to have a direct relationship between how hard I work and how much money I can make.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally appreciate the shift and just having that, more control over things. Now your company, Dream Life Skincare, is amazing, and I know that you're not only, changing your own face, literally and figuratively, but also you're impacting a ton of other women. Tell me a little bit more about your products and what you guys have going on.
So I have a skincare business, a virtual franchise online, and I sell amazing skincare, obviously, but I have a whole team of entrepreneurial women that I mentor and coach and help them find their way in this crazy business. And it's changing people's lives. I mean, it's really so gratifying, because when I started, I really just wanted to replace my six-figure salary. I had two daughters that were college age, and my husband was a captain on the Chicago Fire Department. We had just rebuilt our home, and so when I started to do this, I was really very focused on replacing my lost income.
Totally.
But what I found as I worked it is that we're impacting so many people's lives. In this economy, there are so many people that are really struggling to make ends meet. And, the corporate world hasn't been that friendly or that awesome to people. And millions of really qualified, successful Americans found themselves with no job, right? With the same debt that they had, the same responsibilities they always had, with really no way to replace that lost income. And so our business model allows us to build a business over time that can not only replace that income, but far exceed it. And so what's been so gratifying for me is that the money's great, but the people that we touch, right? And the way that it really impacts people's lives and changes their life and makes them stronger and makes them more confident, and really just the most gratifying thing I've ever done. So even though this happened kind of late in my career, it's the best job I've ever had. It's the most gratifying thing I've ever done. The most lucrative thing I've ever done.
Which is even
better.
better,
Right?
I love it.
So now I can give back. I can, contribute to things that are meaningful to me, and so it's been just an amazing journey.
That's fantastic. Now, one thing that I know in the corporate world, and we've had chats about this, it's so competitive, and especially with women, I mean, the competition in the workplace just gets very intense. I think we've all experienced that, trying to get up the corporate ladder, and you think you're succeeding, but someone's jumping on your head. And what I love about your business, Rodan & Fields, is that it's really about women supporting women and helping one another. So when you're talking about that camaraderie and the coaching that you're doing, it's really bigger. So tell me a little bit more about this impact that you're making, and then how you're reaching out in the community and making it happen.
So in the corporate world, you're always looking up. You're always looking at your boss or the guy in the corner office, and am I good enough? Am I worthy? Do I get a pat on the back? Do you like me today? And you're always cognizant of that noise, right? But in my business, I don't really care what Rodan & Fields thinks, because I'm not an employee of the company. I'm an independent business owner. And so my concern is my team. My concern is, how can I add value?
Mm-hmm.
How can I help someone get better at this? How can I help someone close a sale or get a new customer? And so the attention is very different, and so the energy is very different, and so we're all very interconnected. This whole big team is very interconnected, and whether it's one-on-one with somebody that's directly sponsored by me, or whether it's 3 or 4 levels below, it doesn't matter, because we're all part of this big huge team. The camaraderie, the friendship, the kind of dependency that we all have with one another. And I think it just really opens our hearts. So instead of clawing our way to the top, we're just saying, hey, I'm going to help you because I can.
You guys are saying kumbaya.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It is a really feel-good business.
I love it.
It really is a feel-good business. And the only way that we can be successful is by helping others.
Yeah.
So it's really, although it's an amazing skincare brand, and these doctors, Rodan and Fields, do everything in their power to really bring a wonderful product to the marketplace, it's really about helping others.
Yeah, totally.
And through this business and through this model, we help other people develop a skill that changes their life in a very big way, right?
So I owned my business prior to having children, so I didn't know how great mompreneurship was until I was there, because I had the business, and I'd like to say I love being in insurance, but insurance is never someone's dream. It's just, something that's been the catalyst to so much more. But for me, I realized the amazingness of being a business owner, once I had kids and being able to leverage that schedule. We have our third on the way, so I'm really excited about that. Yay! Thank you. Now, your kids are older, so you became an entrepreneur when they were older. Now, tell me more about how you've involved them in the business and what mompreneurship means to you.
Well, I think that mompreneurship is just the most awesome thing, because when I was having babies, I come from a different generation, and it was all about having it all, right? And so I had the job, and I had the family, I had a wonderful husband, and I worked long hours, but then I came home and I spent quality time with my girls, right? Yeah. And I really felt like I had it all. And after 20 plus years working really hard for someone else, that all went away. So now what mompreneurship means to me is that being a mom is the most important job in my life. It's the most gratifying job I've ever had, and it's the most important job. But being able to work your business around your family, instead of squeezing your family into the nooks and crannies of your work life, is very different.
It's that opposite.
It's that opposite. So even though my daughters are grown, I think that my being an entrepreneur and being successful in the business is a great example for them, right? And it shows them that when they decide to have babies, they have choices. They don't have to work for someone else. They don't have to spend that kind of time away from home. So I have a huge team of young moms that this business fits very nicely. They can work it while their kids are napping. They can work it while they're on the soccer field. It's very, very flexible. So I think that entrepreneurship is awesome because it gives us the flexibility to work our business around what's important to us instead of the other way around.
And it's getting to be the mom that our kids deserve and the career woman we deserve, which is so huge. And I think that terror of, wanting to do what we want to do, yet wanting to serve our family is so hard. So, and as I always say, mommy guilt is directly correlated to personal success.
I know.
That bleed can be very hard. Now, tell me about some of the great products you guys have in the market. I know that I'm personally obsessed with your chapstick. So, love that stuff. It comes in a 2-pack. You can't go wrong.
Thank you. Yeah, so we have 4 basic skincare regimens. The doctors kind of has pinpointed 4 major skincare concerns that everyone, most people deal with. And so we have an anti-aging regimen. We have one for sun damage and brown spots. We have one for acne and oiliness. And then we have one for sensitive skin, eczema, rosacea, things like that. They are clinically based products. There are clinical ingredients in these products, and so they actually change people's skin, heal chapped, dry skin if that's where you're at, or soften lines and wrinkles. And so, I really love that they're legitimate and there's science behind them, and they absolutely work. Thank you.
My pregnant
I'm
skin could
85
use a combo, right? Use a combo pack to make things better.
Yeah. So the products are amazing, and they carry a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like them, return them, get your money back. And I just love that they're so very legitimate about what they're marketing.
They know it works, so they're willing to take it back if it doesn't. I
Exactly.
love it. Now, what is your website?
My website is dreamlifeskincare.myrandf.com, and it's such a mouthful.
It's a juicy one.
Yeah, but it's
So maybe
Dream
it's
Life
easier to find you
Skincare.
on Twitter. What is your Twitter
Oh
handle?
yeah, Rose Gallo Rojas. Simple. My whole
love
name.
it.
Yep.
Well, it was so great being here with you today.
Thank you.
Thank you for being an amazing mompreneur and
Thank
impacting
you.
the community and helping other moms, have it all. It's just so important. I'm Alexandra Eidenberg. We're so happy to have Rose here with us today for this mompreneurship interview. If you're interested in seeing other mompreneurship interviews, check us out at meetadvisors.com. Thanks so much.